Hello everyone, I'm Ufanto, and welcome to our session on business ethics and public policy. Today, we're diving into two critical topics: corporate ownership myths and the phenomenon of executive hubris. These concepts are fundamental to understanding modern corporate governance and ethical leadership. Let's start with session 13, corporate ownership myths. It's a common intuition that shareholders own the company because they provide capital. However, legal and economic realities paint a different picture. Shareholders actually own shares, not the underlying assets of the corporation. The corporation itself is an independent legal entity, a legal person that owns itself. Ownership is better understood as a complex bundle of contractual rights. Consider the Snap Inc. IPO in 2017, which featured non-voting shares. This highlighted that investors aren't necessarily buying control or democratic ownership, but rather exposure to a brand's growth and risk. This raises an ethical question. Is it ethical to deny capital providers a voice in corporate governance? The legal reality of the firm is rooted in entity theory, where the corporation has its own rights and liabilities independent of its members. Directors owe their fiduciary duty to the corporation as a whole, not exclusively to shareholders. Limited liability protects investor personal assets. This is a trade-off for this separation of ownership and control. Now, let's move to session 14. When Mr. Big notices he has superhuman qualities, this session explores the psychodynamics of power, particularly Daniel Fishal's concept of Mr. Big. This is where successful executives begin to believe they possess superhuman traits, justifying bypassing standard governance. They develop a sense of exceptionalism, believing rules for average managers don't apply, and view board inquiries as nuisances. This phenomena contributes to the agency problem and management hubris. As managers consolidate power, the agency gap, often prioritizing institutional inertia and management ego over genuine shareholder alignment. Fishel critiques governance reforms, arguing they often fail because they don't address the psychological roots of executive hubris. The superhuman premium leads to market distortions where CEOs are paid as messiahs rather than managers, sometimes with a 344x CEO to worker P ratio. Public policy struggles to regulate these perceived superhuman qualities, leading to moral hazard and excessive Fishel also points out the illusion of independence, where independent directors can be co-opted by a charismatic Mr. Big. Information asymmetry allows management to control the narrative, and regulatory efforts like Sarbanes-Oxley, while important for accounting, cannot regulate executive personality or hubris. The only real check on a Mr. Big, Fishel argues, is the threat of a hostile takeover, creating a market for corporate control. In summary, understanding the legal reality of non-ownership by shareholders is crucial, as it can inadvertently contribute to the psychological hubris of Mr. Big X. These insights are vital for fostering ethical leadership and robust corporate governance. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on business ethics and public policy. See you next time.